Hello everyone, in this video I will show you some best fighting games in 2020, but before we start this video make sure you subscribe to your channel Games Down and hit the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. First up we have Override Mech City Brawl. What could be more thrilling than piloting a giant mech as you duke it out with another player? Override Mech City Brawl is a 3D arena fighter with a roster of 12 unique characters that can be further customized with accessories and different skins. Large-scale battles are fought in arenas modeled after real-world locations, such as Tokyo, Egypt, San Francisco, and Mexico. Next up we have Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. A Power Rangers-themed fighting game sounds like one of those cool concepts you'd think already exists, only to discover it doesn't, at least not until recently. In March 2019, developer N-Way surprised players when they released Battle for the Grid, a 3v3 tag battle fighter that pulls from the popular franchise's 25-year-long histories of color-coordinated teens kicking butt. Number 3 we have Stick Fight the Game. Don't be fooled by Stick Fight's minimalist presentation. This is a brutal physics-based 2D fighter where death can come quickly if you're not careful. Inspired by the golden age of internet stick figure fighters, Stick Fight has 2 to 4 players battling in deadly environments with a massive arsenal of weapons at their disposal. Number 4 we have Lethal League Blaze. Lethal League Blaze isn't your average fighting game, falling somewhere between a 2D fighter, a sports game, and a bit of Smash Brothers peppered on top. The game is centered on hitting a baseball, with each subsequent hit causing the ball to travel more quickly than the last. If the ball is repeatedly hit, it will start to build up speed and travel across the screen insanely fast. The 5th game of this video is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is an excellent platform fighter that's easy to pick up for just about any player. Duke it out in low-stakes, chaotic 4-player battles with environmental hazards turned on and an abundance of game-breaking items and power-ups at your disposal. If that's not your thing, go the more competitive route and challenge someone to the standard 1v1. Next up we have Tekken 7. For a series that's been around as long as Tekken, it's great to see Tekken 7 still delivering an experience that feels fresh and engaging for both casual and competitive players. This in part attributed to the decision to switch to Unreal Engine 4 as well as the introduction of 2 new combat mechanics, Rage Arts and Power Crush. Number 8 we have Skullgirls. Skullgirls is a fast-paced 2D fighting game that draws inspiration from classics like Marvel vs. Capcom. The game features a tag battle system that allows you to create different-sized teams for up to 3v3 battles. Fights are carried out through traditional 6-button play, with each character given access to a unique move pool of attacks. Next up we have the King of Fighters 14. Coming from fighting game veteran developer SNK, King of Fighters 14 stands out for being the first main series game to be rendered entirely in 3D while including a roster of over 50 characters. The game was created at a time when SNK was looking to return to their fighting game roots and provide players with a new and appealing KOF game that was accessible to both experienced players and newcomers. Number 10 we have Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. To say that Street Fighter V had a rocky launch would be an understatement, with many players criticizing the game's lack of content and poor server performance at launch. However, Capcom has since taken great strides to improve the game's offerings with a free update that addressed a majority of issues. Next up we have Fantasy Strike. A recurring theme in this list is fighting games taking appropriate measures to ensure more casual players aren't put off by memorizing long chains of combos and can still have a fun time playing. Out of all the games mentioned, Fantasy Strike excels the most at welcoming players regardless of their level of experience, thanks to simple and intuitive controls. Number 12 we have Mordhau. Mordhau is a hack-and-slash medieval fighting game that pits you against other players in battles ranging from small-scale scuffles to massive 64-player all-out wars. The game's central and most satisfying aspect is its realistic free-form melee and ranged combat, which grants you total control over your character's attack motions and allows for unique fighting styles. Next up we have BlazBlue Cross-Tag Battle. Arc System Works is unmatched when it comes to crafting engaging fighting games with tight controls, especially within the anime fighter space. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is the latest game to be released by the Japanese developer and brings with it many of the core concepts you'd expect from an Arc System game. Number 14 we have Injustice 2. Although Injustice 2 retains a lot of the ideas from the first game, the sequel includes a number of tweaks and improvements that make it worth checking out. There's also the fact that it was developed by NetherRealm Studios, and therefore, portrays the DC universe in a dramatically dark light which seems fitting for a fighting game. Next up we have Dragon Ball FighterZ. Arc System Works took the Dragon Ball universe and turned it into a frenetic fighter worthy of the anime's namesake. This isn't out of the norm, as the developer has earned a reputation for making fighting games that control great and feature gorgeous visuals. While characters may be rendered in 3D, their 2D sprite textures give them a distinct hand-drawn look that elevates the game's visuals and makes fighters stand out from other anime fighters. Combos are just as dramatic as you'd expect from a Dragon Ball game, with you and your teammates performing dazzling tag team maneuvers in 3v3 battles. Number 16 we have Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 isn't just a great fighting game, it's arguably one of the best entries in the series. Toting a roster of 25+ characters, many of which have been around since the series' start, however, there are a few new faces that are directly connected to the game's brand new story, which sees Raiden attempting to protect Earthrealm at all costs, while Kronika seeks to reset time and restore proper balance to the universe. Next up we have Soul Calibur VI. Soul Calibur VI is a return to form for the series, delivering a substantially large amount of story content, especially when compared to Soul Calibur V. The game introduces two new characters and new move types, Reversal Edge and Lethal Hit. When these moves are performed, time slows down to emphasize fighters' powerful abilities, making the game feel a lot more cinematic than previous entries. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to your channel Games Down and press the bell icon for more amazing gaming videos.